How you doing, fam bam? This is Chris Mizo here with another video about a PC monitor that could be king. Not only can it do 4K, it can also run at a amazing 144 Hertz. It is FreeSync compatible, and it even has HDMI 2.1. This monitor is practically perfect for either PC gaming, or it could even be perfect for console use, even for PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Is this very monitor worth considering? The very monitor I'm talking about is ROG Strix XG43UQ. You can see exactly how excited my dog is, Jonah, about opening up this very monitor. One of the very main reasons why I picked Asus XG43UQ is because not only is it good for gaming use, but it's also great for you content creators out there who want something to video edit or do some photo editing on because of its picture quality. This monitor is currently not an ultra wide, just like as you see right behind me, but it is a aspect ratio of 16:9. There's also timestamps right down below if you're looking for a very specific moment, so you can decide whether this monitor is right for you. So without further ado, let's open this up and see what is inside. The ironic thing is, the best part, it seems to open up this box is up on the top, but of course they tell you do not open it from the top, and you can open it from the side, but if you do, just to let you know and just to forewarn you guys that there is staples on the side of this box, so if you want to deal with the hassle about popping off these staples, you can go right ahead, but I'm just gonna go right off the top. Just be really careful because there could be some sensitive contents up top. I'm not sure, I haven't opened it yet, but I'm gonna open it up right with you guys. Make sure you got your knife handy. Okay, so we got this opened up. They give you instructions on how to unbox it, and it looks like you gotta press these tabs in order to unbox it. They prefer a team lift from what it looks like. They give you nice instructions here also on how to open this up. Also up here on the top, they give you color calibration testings. They also give you some more, well, I guess they give you a VIP member notice here in a Ziploc bag, so you can keep this on the side for your records. And up here, looks like they give you a little black box here. And what's inside of it is, of course, that Asus is always very well known to give stickers freely, and here they are. Here are some ROG stickers from Asus. A nifty remote control that comes with this monitor. And this looks like the projector for the monitor. So if you want to attach this, this is the projector for the monitor. And it comes inside of the Ziploc bag. And it looks like a display port right here. If you don't have a display port cable or a more up-to-date display port cable, this is what they give you here. And they also give you a HDMI 2.1 wire right here. USB-A to a USB-A port and a USB-A-B port for where you can use the USB ports on your monitor. So this is just hooks it up to the hub that you have on your monitor so you can make use of those USB ports. It also comes with batteries for the remotes. It looks like they give you a machine screw for where you attach the projector. And the last item I gotta show you, of course, is the power cord to the monitor. So let's just open this. Let's pull out the monitor to see exactly how it looks. So if you look here on the lower end of the box, you'll see some tabs. You're supposed to twist them loose, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So after you pop off those black handles, the box should kind of slide up just like this. Now as you can see, you're left down with the bare minimum. As you can see, they put this type of tape on here, so you got to remove this in order to continue the removal of the box. So they usually recommend a team lift from what it looks like, as I'm looking at the rest of the instructions. I guess I can test out my strength now. And it comes with this very beautiful mark in here. Just like that. Now you're going to take off this piece here. Not quite sure what this is yet, but it looks like some sort of power supply. That is massive. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, a power supply. And it is pretty massive for the size. Now you just take off the top of it, and right there, we get to the prized possession. Simply just pull this straight out. Probably a pretty good idea to shut down my PC before I continue here. Anyway, we'll get a closer look at this so you can see how this is designed. Here it is on all of its beautiful glory, the Asus XG43UQ. It can tilt, it looks like, about 15 degrees down and 15 degrees up. So you can tilt it, but it does not tilt side to side. That function is not in it. If you're going to hook this up on a wall mount, I highly suggest make sure you have some tilt on it, because more than likely that's what you're going to want to do with this very monitor. It has a very matte finish on there. It's not glossy, so it won't reflect a lot of light on there, which is very useful, especially if you get a lot of natural light or a lot of light in your room. The vertical stand's very secure. It's not wobbly at all like my ultra wide. It doesn't really have feet like it does with this very monitor. It does feel more like a TV because of the way it is. It doesn't have that curved display. It would be so much more better, in my opinion, if it was curved. It would give you a much more immersive experience. Hopefully, the other features will feed it in that way to see if this Asus ROG Strix is really the king of monitors currently, because it can run games at 4K, 144 Hertz, and it will work really great even on console use. Let me show you the back of it to get an idea of what this monitor is capable of. It has this beautiful matte white finish look to it. It's way better than that glossy look. I really don't like the glossy look. The matte finish is way better. It kind of gives you that Star Wars feel because of that beautiful design. It does have built-in speakers, which are about 10 watts, I believe. So you can actually output your PC's audio, or you can output your console's audio through this very monitor. It hopefully has some decent sound. We'll test it out and see exactly what it sounds like. On the side here, as you can see, it does feature a audio input wire through here, and it does have audio output through this monitor, 2 USB 3.2 ports right here, and a USB 3.0B port, so you can power these USB 3.2 ports. Hey, Chris Mizo, this is really like a TV. Where's the display port? Where's the HDMI version 2.1? That's what I'm about to get to next, because it does have those very features. The more exciting features to actually hide it behind this box looking thing right here. You just take off this cover, and bam, you get the 2 HDMI version 2.1 ports there. You got DisplayPort version 1.4 here. And on top of that, you got the projector hookup right here. It looks like a micro USB almost. And I believe that's for your projector port. And you have your power adapter hookup right here. And to hook up your power adapter, all you have to do is hook it up right through here. And it has this wonderful little groove here where you can keep a very tidy cable management. So you don't have to get that frustrated looking bird's nest of a mess of wires everywhere. Especially if you have it up on the wall, it makes it so much more easier because it's just gonna route right through this little hole that they have here. It does have a Allen key, matter of fact, on the back of it. I just saw that. Looks like it has an Allen key for you if you decide to take this mount off and decide to use a VESA mount on the wall, which is 100 by 100. So you can do that. You just take out these Allen bolts, you hook it up and put it up on the wall and mount it correctly. It also features a Kensington lock on the back of it, as you can see here. And its menu and navigation buttons are right here on the side. And it has, for ease of access, they're nice and big and very easy to control. So hopefully this Asus ROG Strix XG43 is everything that we've hoped for in a monitor, especially if you're looking for 4K resolution gaming. And it has it at a decent speed. Hopefully you have the GPU that can output this kind of power. If you do, that's great. You can pick up all those really nice little details and textures. You won't get that really soft look, which is what I'm really excited for. Especially if you are content creating, this will be great for that. But let me show you how to hook up this power brick. And let me tell you, you could really throw this through a window. It has a pretty good weight to it. It's probably like a good 5 pounds there. So you just hook it up right through here. So that's how you just hook it up. And we're gonna hook up this monitor, give it a really decent review, a thorough test, see what kind of colors it can output, and see if it can really be the king of all monitors. I'm still a little bit skeptical. I still love my ultra wides, and I'm still gonna have that hooked up to it. Let's hook this up and see exactly what kind of output we can get out of this monitor. Alright fam, I installed the Asus XG43UQ monitor on my desktop, and you'll notice that I have my ultra wide IPS display sitting right next to it. Asus's XG43UQ is a VA monitor. You'll notice the subtle differences between the two. You'll notice how different the color, the brightness, the clarity, and so on when I have this monitor turn on. Now, is Asus's XG43UQ really king of all monitors? It is a monster size monitor, it is beautiful, and it promises gorgeous 4K with 144 Hz. What more can you ask for? So let's get right to it. I'm gonna turn on the monitor so you can get a good idea of how quickly it turns on. So I do have Asus's remote right here. It is really simple to use, and I'll show you exactly how quickly it can turn on from standby mode here. So first thing I will tell you about Asus's XG43UQ is what I would suggest you do when you first get this very monitor, how you can change your different coloring modes, what you'll notice right away from it. So let's just start it up here. So as you notice here, you can see the gorgeous display of color on this very monitor, and it really pops out the colors with the HDR. So let's log in here. So fam bam, the first thing you'll notice about this very monitor, I have it set to my own personal settings the way I like it. So this is my personal setting here because I wanted it closer to resemble my IPS monitor. I'm gonna go under NVIDIA's control panel here. And as you can see, I adjusted my own color here. I'll share this on my description box down below so you can get an idea of how you can set this monitor, but this is how I have it set on my personal liking so far. If you haven't noticed already, one of the first things that you'll notice about this very monitor, how the text isn't perfectly clear. If you're very big into coding, or if you're very big into text documents, or if you use Excel, you're gonna notice this right away. So I'm going to show you this so you get a good idea and a good glimpse of what to expect. So let's go here. I'm going to go under my Visual Studios here. So here's an example of how some code looks. And you can take a look at that text right there. And you can see the clarity in that. Don't mind the background. Don't mind the desktop. That's just how it's designed. So another thing I want to show you, fam bam, is if I'm reading some sort of article, you'll notice the ghosting between text here when you're scrolling. And you gotta expect it, especially on a VA panel. So let's go here. I wanna show you exactly how it looks color-wise. Now, this will show you the different colors, what kind of colors to expect, as you can see out of this very monitor. You can take a look at the color accuracy right here. And as you can see, the circle should be complete and round. The lines of the frequency pattern should be clear and defined, which is really not too bad for its current space. Now, as you can see, the blacks are really nice on this, and you don't get that nasty backglow. And that's something that you will always get when it comes to IPS monitors. So you can see why this would make a really great gaming or even watching movies on this monitor very comfortable. Just for the fact that you get the nice even blacks, and you don't have any weird backlighting. The thing about a monitor like this, it's more like LCD. So depending where you're facing, it'll look a little bit more darker until you actually move your head. When you move your head, it turns into a more lighter color. But as you can see, there's no defective red pixels on this monitor, which is good. So definitively, there is no bad pixels on this screen texture here. And same goes with the blue. And now you notice the uniformity. You're going to notice the grayscales on this. The brightness is pretty equal on here. And of course, you can adjust the gray tone. And it is pretty even. That is what is a big advantage when it comes to IPS monitors. You have a nice even display. Now, this is something I want to share with you guys. This is the color distance test. And what the point of this is to separate the different colors. And as you can see, it's only one notch of a difference from its current state of the background. So the point of this color test is it could definitively tell the different reds. And as you can see, it is only off by a couple numbers here, which shows that the color on this very monitor is excellent. Now, the one thing about the gradients here, you can notice on this side here, it gets immediately dark. And that's something that you don't want as much. It should look more like this here. So it looks like on this side here is a whole lot more darker. And this is the sharpness, which is really important on the text. The first thing you notice is when it is at 10 currently, like how it is now, you'll notice how the text is not as clear. Here is the viewing angle. The viewing angle of this very monitor is about 178 degrees on both sides. And the point of adjusting the gamma is that you just want the color to blend as much as possible. So it's saying the best setting for this monitor is probably 1.4 here. And you can check out the response time. And you'll notice the ghosting right there with the motion. But I know the ideal pixel speed is about 980. (900 to 1,000). But as soon as you pick it up, you'll notice more of the ghosting. And that is the response time for the pixels. So you do have some delay when it does load up the pixels. So some important factors, especially for you gamers out there, know that a lot of gaming monitors don't really have the best way to access the settings. And I'm going to show you actually how easy it is to access the settings on this monitor. So for up on the side here, you can actually control it, and it has a joystick where you can actually click into, and you can go into different settings this way. So you can easily access it if you don't want to use your remote here, as you see how easy it is to navigate with this monitor. Now I'll show you how the remote works for this very monitor. So you just simply click up here for the input selection. And as you can see, you can access all 4 of your HDMI ports and your 1 display port. Now if you want to just simply get to the menu, just click OK and press OK, and it'll take you right to the menu. And everything this menu does offer, if you go to the gaming side, you got variable overdrive, you got AMD FreeSync, which I currently have off because I do not have a AMD GPU. I do have an NVIDIA 2080 Ti, and it does perform really well with G-Sync. It just does not have G-Sync Ultimate built into this monitor, but it is G-Sync compatible. It does have Game Plus, to where you can set different crosshairs, timers, FPS counters, the display alignments. So when you go to your images here, I currently have it on HDR. As you can see, the HDR max brightness is up to 1000 nits. And you got HDR mode, which is currently at Asus Cinema HDR. You can go down to dynamic dimming, and you have more. You can even go to lighting effects to, if you have your projector hooked up to this monitor, you can set it, and you can set your different RGBs on it. The system setup, you can set up different languages, sound even, with an incredible 10 watts built into this monitor. It has a USB hub, power indicator, and of course a power key lock, and it has a key lock for your Kensington lock. And there is so much more to it. As I currently have my DisplayPort stream at DisplayPort 1.4, now you have a pretty good idea of what kind of features this monitor does have. So more importantly, you bought this monitor because you want to see how it games. I know you PS5 fans want to see exactly how it performs with PS5, but first we're going to see how it performs with PC with G-Sync compatibility here. You can see how clear the visuals are. The blacks are nice and even. They don't tend to be they don't get pretty sore to look at. And you can see how clear the textures are. You can see how great it looks visually. So the colors look really good. They're very bright and vibrant. It's pretty easy to spot any of your enemies like this. Pretty amazing for gaming wise. It's nice, clear, very distinctive, very super comfortable to play with. Gaming wise, it performs excellent. Probably one of the best monitors that you can play on. I know a lot of you console fans wants to see exactly how this monitor performs when you're gaming on it. And I'm going to show you exactly how that looks. So let me go here. I'm going to put it in console mode for you guys, if this monitor is exactly what you're looking for. I didn't even have to switch the input, automatically switches over. No, I'm not going to update the controller now. First thing you'll notice is the volume is a little bit lower. Plays perfectly smooth. No ghosting. Has beautiful ranges. Has a beautiful range of color. And this is a great monitor to take advantage of, especially if you are a console gamer here. Now you can judge for yourself if the Asus XG43UQ is something that you're considering. So FanBam, you can pick this very monitor up for $1,299 through Newegg, Amazon, through the description box down below if you are interested in it. Now here is my take on it. It is a gorgeous and beautiful monitor. Now if you're using it for regular PC use, as if you're using it for a workstation, or if you're using it for video editing or any type of program development, you may run into issues when it comes to text. The clarity isn't there, and that is something that may be very off-putting, especially if you don't only game or use your PC for media use. Now, if you use your PC mainly for just media gaming use, or you even have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, and you're just more of a media user, this monitor is excellent for it. It's something I would highly recommend, and I could see it being king of all monitors for gaming. But when it comes to other things, when it comes to video editing, photo editing, the color isn't as accurate as you would like. Now, it does have the HDR, which does help it vastly, but it's not going to help you there if you are a video or photo editor. Now, it's something you can definitely get around. I would say the text clarity is more of the issue. If you are a developer and you use JavaScript or C++ or any other type of programming language, that may bother you visually. you may not be able to focus on the screen very long, and you'll probably have to take breaks more often. So if I were to give a rating to this monitor, I would honestly give it probably a 8 out of 10. Now, it would get a full 10 out of 10 if it could just improve on those things. Hopefully Asus is listening, because that text clarity is personally a issue for me. So FanBam guys, I hope you found this content very useful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you know anybody that is looking for an awesome monitor such as this, make sure you share it with them. And also, if you're not part of the big wonderful FanBam, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button for more. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Also, make sure you follow my Twitter handle right here, as it is the same as my TikTok and IG as well. FanBam guys, what are your thoughts about Asus's XG43UQ? Is it worth your money? Is it worth your time and effort to get a monitor like this? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Chris Mizo, signing out.